The Jets may not have been playing Saturday, but they come away as one of the biggest winners. Let's take a look at the head coaching search and the Jets draft prospects after Saturday. Jets! Welcome to Jets Talk. My name is Ryan. I'll be your pilot today. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Guys, the Jets didn't play on Saturday, but I had a really good day. I'm really excited about everything that happened Jet-wise on Saturday, from the head coaching search down to the wild card games and our draft positions. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the head coaching positions first. Jet fans had a virtual Jet boner on the thought of Matt Campbell coming in and being the Jets' new head coach. There's rumors that the Jets were going to be interviewing this guy, and he is an electric head coach for Iowa. I really like him. I'd be very pumped if the Jets were able to do that. Now, unfortunately, he has turned down the NFL multiple times over the course of the last few years, and later at night, we figured out that Matt Campbell is expected not to interview for the Jets head coaching job. So I haven't been overly high on the idea of Campbell coming here just because I didn't think it was a possibility. I really thought he was going to stay in college, and at least up to this point, it seems like that is the case. Now, unless the Jets come in with a huge offer, maybe he'll reconsider, but I think he enjoys the college ranks, and I don't see him coming to the NFL. But the Jets did have an interview with a candidate that I really like. I was super high on him early in the season, and then I sort of trailed off as the Jets decided to go the CEO route for head coach, but that's Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers. Oh, man, if the Jets decided to go with this hire, I would be so excited. I really, really like Joe Brady. I've made videos on him in the past, but I'll give you the brief rundown. He is the Carolina's offensive coordinator this year. They lost games by a bunch of games by one-score games. It was the Raiders, the Bears, the Saints, the Falcons, the Chiefs, the Vikings, the Broncos, the Packers, all within one score. So even though they're 5-10, they still had, or 6-10, 5-11, whatever their actual record is. They had a bunch of games that were very, very close throughout the course of this year. So their offense is keeping it close. It's just a matter of not having Christian McCaffrey and having Teddy Bridgewater as your quarterback. Like, there's certain hamstrings that you have with that Carolina offense. But man, I'm excited. He was the passing game coordinator at LSU last year when they had that historic offense. And the stat that really jumps off the page at me is that Joe Burrow left Ohio State because he couldn't beat Dwayne Haskins out as the quarterback over there. So he goes to LSU, he transfers there with almost the same exact team as the team last year. He goes 58% completion percentage, 222 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. You add in Joe Brady for one season, and Joe Burrow becomes the number one overall pick. He goes for 76% completion percentage, 378 passing yards per game, 60 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. Now, you may say, oh, Joe Burrow, it all clicked. It finally worked. He's with a great team, whatever. 44 more touchdowns. The dude threw 44 more touchdowns with Joe Brady as the passing game coordinator than without him. So I really like Joe Brady. Not to mention he's got ties to the Saints. He was with Sean Payton for 2 years down in New Orleans. I really like this. I love the New Orleans Saints offense. I think the Jets would do very well by bringing in Joe Brady. He's just really young. The young aspect is really what's going to get him here. So for me, if I'm looking at it, I'm saying, okay, if we get Joe Brady, then maybe the Marvin Lewis hire on the defensive side of the ball would make a lot of sense. He could kind of groom Brady, sort of show him the ropes, give him a little bit of help in that respect. Or we could go the connection route. So Aaron Glenn, we interviewed to be our head coach, former New York Jet, is the passing game coordinator, or no, sorry, not passing game coordinator, defensive backs coach in New Orleans. And so Aaron Glenn, Joe Brady, both from New Orleans at one point, spent time together for 2 years. Could it be a happy marriage? I would like to think so. That'd be really neat. We need help in the secondary. Hopefully Marshawn Lattimore winds up coming over too. You never know. I'm just really excited the Jets are looking at Joe Brady. Now, with the first game of Wild Card Weekend, or the first day of Wild Card Weekend gone, the Jets are now able to start interviewing other coaches, one of which being Brian Dabal. And I really like Brian Dabal. Brian Dabal, I would say, is, I don't know if he's number one or number two, because I really like Joe Brady, but I would say Dabal's probably one, and Brady, just because of the lack of experience, would be number two for me. But I am really excited for Dabal. Now, he is the offensive coordinator for the Bills. He has made Josh Allen look absolutely incredible. You take away a weakness from a division rival who looks like they're going to be like the top dog in the division for a little bit of time now. So if you can find a way to beat them over and over again, this is a very good route for me. I would really much like this. So Brian Daboll's coming in for an interview. Really pumped on that. Then you have the St. Louis Rams. And by St. Louis Rams, I mean the LA Rams because I'm an idiot and I'm just going off the cuff here. Sorry. The LA Rams. They wind up beating Seattle in a great game. A game where they were supposed to play their backup quarterback. And then Jamal Adams dropped just... it was nice. Goff didn't have like a great game. Like this was definitely won by the defensive side of the ball by the Rams. But man, was it nice to like watch Jamal just kind of flounder because he gave up at one point. I want to say there was like 79 passing yards and 78 of which were like attributed to Jamal Adams. Jamal Adams was traded before the season, obviously, to the St. Louis. God, I'm losing my fucking mind. to the Seattle Seahawks. We got 2 first-round picks. We got this year and next year's first-round picks. Now, because the Seahawks lost, the Jets can get no worse than the 24th pick. So we're rooting against the Steelers and we're rooting against the Saints today. That'll give us the number 22 pick. So, but worst case scenario, we're between 22 and 24. It makes me feel good. Like watching Jamal just kind of struggle. This was the worst year he's had as a safety. He missed 5 games. He did set the sack record for a defensive back, which means nothing. The guy's an the guy's a linebacker. He's barely a safety. He has like one of the worst coverage grades of all safeties in the league. Anyway. I love that I feel like Seattle got fleeced because was it worth 2 first-round picks and a third-round pick to get bounced in the first round of the playoffs? I don't think so, Seattle. So Jet fans, it just makes me feel good. And then we get our fearless leader, Jamal Adams, after the game, and he starts saying, I have a bum shoulder and my hand, and I couldn't, my range of motion was off, but I don't want to make excuses. That was an excuse, asshole. Sorry. This is like, I say I'm not going to get worked up over Jamal, but then I just get like little happy. I probably won't get worked up over Jamal after next year because then we have the Seattle picks already and it's just, whatever. So he's making excuses. But what's great about the excuses he's making, the catch from Kupp was on the opposite side. So his brace is clearly on the one shoulder and his range of motion is affected on the good shoulder. Yeah. Okay, Jamal, whatever. Go smoke your cigar, go have your victory lap and just go cry in a corner. I'm done with this guy. And Marcus May, my dude, coming out of the woodworks, dropping the little hint of blessing in disguise after the game. And man, May, I really want to retain you. I want you to be a Jet long term because this is the passion you don't get to see in football all the time. Like I love when players have a little bit of hate. And I'm not saying Marcus May hates Jamal, but there is a clear shot here at Jamal. Like, good riddance, we got rid of you. We got 2 first-round picks. We may get Deshaun Watson. We may get a better head coach. We may have an easier time going to the playoffs than, the Rams, the Cardinals, the Seahawks, the 49ers. Like, that division's pretty crazy tough. Marcus May, I'm so excited. I'm really, really pumped about this whole weekend. It sucks Matt Campbell isn't going to be coming here. I'm really excited for the interviews with Brian Dabal, and actually we're interviewing Staley too, the defensive coordinator for the Rams. He's being heralded as the next Sean McVay for the defensive side of the ball. I mean, that's exciting. I don't really want to win games with defense. We've done it for so long. I want like a high-powered offense, but if we do go this route, at least he's getting a lot of production out of some like pretty elite talent. So maybe he could just get the most out of Quentin Williams. But man, I'm like all jazzed up. I'm like rambling now, and it's not really a good video. I'm sorry about this. But man, I'm looking forward to the games today. I'm going to be rooting like hell against the Saints and the Steelers to try and get that 22 overall pick. There's a bunch of players that can be taken at like 24 and earlier. Like Aaron Rodgers was one that was taken that late. I think David DeCastro was around that pick as well. Like there are some really nice players. The Jets are going to get 2 really good players with the second pick and the like early 20s pick. Guys, it's been a good day for Jet fans. Let me know what you think of everything down below in the comments. And as always, go Jets.